Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for coming back. Anyway, today's video is going to be about the order in which products should be applied right before you put on your makeup. I'm going to talk a little bit, just briefly, about the consistency of some products and the way they should be put in order. I am not going to get into depth about the consistency of these products, only because I am not an esthetician. I'm not a skin specialist, only I research and read a lot on skincare, so I know a little bit about it. And if you want me to go in depth about that, I can to a certain extent, but that would have to be another video. So today's video is going to be strictly on the order in which products are applied right before you put on your makeup. So if you want to learn how to do this, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is cleanse your face. So you want to take off your makeup, and of course my makeup is taken off, and I actually already cleansed my face for sake of this video. So what I use is the Neutrogena oil-free makeup remover. So that's what I use to take off my eye makeup, and this works really good. So this is what I use, and you can see I'm low on that. So that's what I use to take off my eye makeup. And I use just like a little cotton ball, and it works like a charm. The next thing I use is the Purity Made Simple from Philosophy, and this is another product that I highly recommend. This takes away most of your makeup, not all of it. You still need to take off your eye makeup with this. That's why I recommend this. Leaves your skin feeling so soft and supple. Not subtle, supple. I'm actually getting ahead of myself. What I wanted to say before I start getting into this actual steps, you can see I wrote everything down because I didn't want to miss a step. So the order in which you would apply product before you put on your makeup would be: you want to cleanse, you want to tone, you want to add serum and any type of medicated product. That includes anything that maybe is prescribed from your dermatologist, any type of retinol product, and so forth. You then want to apply any type of oils that you use on your face, except if you have oily skin. Then you would not apply oily products unless it's prescribed by your doctor. Then you want to put on your moisturizer, and then you want to put on your sunscreen. Then your primer, then your foundation, your concealer, your contour if you're going to contour, and then your powder, and then your bronzer, your blush, your highlight, and then you continue with the rest of your makeup, and then a setting spray. So that's the order that we're going to talk about. What I wanted to talk about just briefly, I'm just going to actually go through the list, is the consistency of each and every product that you would use. So the first thing you would do is, of course, cleanse, tone. Then you would want to use a serum and your medicated product. Then you would want to use your oils. Then you would want to use an emollient, a lotion, a cream, a balm, and then your sunscreen. The order in which you should apply products according to their consistency. And the reason being is because serums and oils and anything, you want to go from thinnest to thickest consistency. So you don't want to put anything thick on your face and then put an oil. That just won't work. You don't want to do that. The thinner the consistency, the harder it is to get through. I'm spitting. The harder it is to get through the thicker creams. That's why you want to put the thinnest first. And I hope I'm not confusing you. So you would want to put an oil before you put a heavy moisturizer or your sunscreen. Your sunscreen should always come last, no matter what. And if you have oily skin, then of course it's going to be different for you. So you just want to skip the oils. You still want to apply your sunscreen last, but you want to skip the oils. Unless, of course, like I said before, they're prescribed by your physician or your dermatologist. So I just wanted to get into that briefly. So now let's continue where we left off. So the next thing you want to do is you want to tone. And I don't spend a lot of money on bougie toners. I would if I could, but I can't, so I'm not. So what I would recommend if you are on a tight budget is the Witch Hazel. And this you can get at CVS, Target. This works really, really good. And what you want to do is put it on a cotton ball, and you would just go all over your face. And I'm looking at my viewfinder because I didn't get a mirror, which I will grab one in a sec. So mind you, I washed my face with the Purity, and you want to go on the neck. Actually, you want to start on the nose and around here first, and then go to the perimeters of the face. And I started off like all over the place. It's the story of my life. I'm always all over the place. So you just want to do that. And see, there's really nothing because the Purity took everything off. So now my face is nice and toned. So then after your toner, you want to apply your serums or any type of medical products. So, or medicated products. And what I like to use is the Retinol. And this actually has hyaluronic acid, which is amazing. I've been using this for, I don't know, maybe a month. And I absolutely love it. Seriously, I've noticed less like wrinkles and fine lines and stuff. So if you're like, I don't know, 15, you wouldn't want to use this. You want to wait till at least you're 20. But this I apply with my hand, and I go under my eye, trying not to get it too close to the eye. I put it all over my laugh lines, put it on my neck, and this is a serum consistency. So this goes right after your toner, and this product works so well. I'm like not even kidding. I love it. Like, I want to go buy 5 more bottles. I will put the name in the description bar, or the description box, so that you can look for this yourself. But yeah, this is amazing. I love this. So that would go right after your toner. And then you want to let it dry for a few minutes. You know, just let it absorb into the skin. And then the next thing you would want to use is any type of oil. I'm not going to use oil today, but if you were using oils, then that would go on next. And the next step is moisturize. And I love this. This is, I am so bad at spelling things out, or like, yeah, I can't read, okay. So this is ROCHE-POSAY, and I know I'm butchering the name like I always do. But this is a lotion, but it's a daily moisturizer. So it is a lotion consistency, so it is thin. However, it would go next because it's a moisturizer. So you just want to get that, and I put a ton, you guys. I put like so much. I just drench my face in it. I love this moisturizer. It is so good. Never forget the neck. So that's absorbed into my skin pretty well. I've let it sit for a few minutes. Then the next product that you would want to use is an eye cream. If you are applying any type of eye cream, it would go on next. And the eye cream that I'm using is Origins, and this is Gin-Zing, and I love this. This is just a sample that a friend gave me, but I absolutely love it. Like, it's, oh my god, it's a brightening cream. And again, I will leave the name of this product in the description box. And everything that I use, I'm going to leave in the description box. And I did pick up a mirror because I needed one for this. So this goes directly under the eye. So you would put on your moisturizer and then an eye cream. You could actually put on your eye cream before your moisturizer. It doesn't really matter in that sense, because when you put your moisturizer, you're not putting a whole lot underneath the eye. And this is a pretty thick consistency. So this is a cream. So this would be really thick, which would go right there with the moisturizers. And you just want to use, actually I was using the wrong finger, so you want to use your index finger. Is that your index finger? Your ring finger. Your ring finger. Okay. Oh my god, I don't even know what finger goes to what, and oh my, okay. And yes, I'm applying it with my whatever finger that is, and I'm using my other whatever finger. And I'm just dabbing that, so you want to dab it all over, looking up so that you don't get any into your eye, because that would not feel very well. And I always like to put a little bit of the eye cream on the lid. You don't have to do that. A lot of makeup artists would recommend that you don't put any excess cream or oils or anything like that on your lids prior to putting makeup, only because the makeup will rub off or slide off. I don't agree with that. I put cream on my clients all the time, because you're going to put a base and then a setting powder, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm going off on a tangent like I always do. Then next, you want to use your sunscreen. And your sunscreen has the thickest consistency usually. The one I like is the Neutrogena Healthy Defense. This is my absolutely favorite sunscreen of all time. It's also a moisturizer, so you can skip your moisturizer actually if you're using something with a moisturizer. I like to add as much moisturizer as I can. And this has an SPF of 50. So you want to put this, if it's at night and you're just going to bed, then you would not be putting on a sunscreen. But we're talking about before you put on your makeup. If you are doing I'm making a mess like I always are. And so yeah, if you are doing a photo shoot, then you don't want to put on as much sunscreen. Just put on a very light, I'm covering my face like I always do. You just want to put on a light application of sunscreen for a photo shoot. And if you're doing a photo shoot, your makeup artist will be applying your makeup for you, so you don't have to worry about it. However, I am not doing a photo shoot, and even though I am on film, there's not going to be flash. So if you don't know what flash is flashback is usually something that happens when you use sunscreen and the flash hits your face, and then you get like a white cast on your face or on film. And that's what it is. But that's not going to happen. You want to just let your sunscreen set in for a few minutes. Alright, so that is pretty much the final product before you're going to apply your makeup. So, yeah. So I always consider my primer as part of my makeup process. So, what we're going to do is I am going to do my brows off camera, and I will be right back. And I will be right back. Okay. So off camera, I did my brows, and I tried to pop a zit, which I don't recommend. And if you heard that noise, that was my cat snorkeling. Anyway, I don't recommend you popping zits. We're talking about skincare, kinda, and the last thing you want to do is pop a zit. So please don't do as I do. Yeah, it's right here. I'm sure you can't miss it. Anyway, let's get back to what this video is about. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply primer. And the primer that I absolutely am in love with is Smashbox. And I don't even have the name because it's a sample. I get a lot of samples where I work. So that's how I know that I'm in love with the product. Or that's how I know about some of these products. because I'm getting tons of samples. And this is just a teeny weeny little sample. However, I've had numerous of samples. But this is Smashbox, and I think it's photo. I will leave the name in the description box. So I apply that with my hands, and I love this one. It's really thick in consistency, which is why this is the last thing you want to do. Some primers aren't as thick, but it doesn't matter. A primer you want to do right before the makeup, right before you apply your makeup. And again, I am putting it all over, especially under the, I always put a lot right under the eye, because you want that concealer to not bleed, and this really works. Yeah, instead of popping the zit, I should have bleached my mustache. Oh well. Can't do anything about it now. Oh no, I just ruined my brow. I just ruined my brow. No. That's why some people don't like doing their brows until the last step. However, I like doing things the hard way. Alright, so now the primer's on, and I'm letting it set in. Oh, excuse my nails, by the way. I'm getting them done next week. So the primer is setting in, and we are going to apply our foundation. And the foundation I'm using today, I'm using two. I'm using Too Faced Born This Way, and I love this. And I'm using shade, this is shade Natural Beige. Absolutely love it. And I'm also mixing it with Visible Lift by Loreal. And this is in shade, I don't know, but I'll put the shade color in the description bar if I can find it. Okay, so yeah, I will put the shade in the description description box, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, so I always use my hand because I am a makeup artist, and this is just what I do. So I mix the two colors. One's a little darker, one's a little lighter, and I think I'm almost out of my visible. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm mixing it with Dior Forever, and this is in, again, I'll have to write the shade in the description box. So I'm mixing this with the Dior Forever, which is a little lighter as well. Did I say lighter or darker? I don't know, but I'm putting on, but my foundation is dripping and I need to mix it. Oh my god, I'm making a mess. How did this video turn out to be like such a mess after all? Alright, so let's just start blending that. And you always want to start in the middle. Oh, and the brush I'm using is Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I don't even know if I'm... Alright guys, I zoomed you in just a little bit. Making sure. And this shade is a little, these two shades are a little bit darker than my skin tone, but the rest of my body is kind of tan. Alright you guys, so next we're going to go in with our concealer, and the concealer I'm using is NYX Gotcha, and I love this concealer. This concealer is so good. It's Gotcha Coverage Totale. Alright, so I love this. Oh my god. This is like one of my favorites, and I'm using the shade Light. So, Light Clair. And I am applying this with my finger to start off because it's really, it's kind of tacky and sticky. So, putting that under my eye, and then I like to go right on the side of the nose, or it helps with the contour effect. And then I put some on the tip of my nose, put a couple of dots on the forehead, on the chin, and then since I put like a lot, I go right on the smile lines. If you have deep smile lines and you're trying to put your makeup on, your concealer, your foundation, your powder, you always want to go like that. When you do that, you're putting the makeup so that it actually kind of fills in the lines, and it works. It really does. So now I'm using my damp beauty blender, and I am tapping that. This concealer is like a great drugstore concealer. Honestly, I like it better than... Was I covering you up? I'm so sorry. I honestly like it better than Tarte's Shape Tape. I really do. So we have our foundation, our concealer. The next product that would go on is a contour. If you are using a cream contour, that would go on next. However, I'm going to be using a powder contour, so my powder is going to go on next. And the powder that I'm absolutely in love with at the present time is, are you ready? Drugstore Airspun. This is amazing. Amazing. Right now, I am in love with this. And this is so cheap. I can't remember how much. I will put it in the description box. But this is so cheap. I absolutely am in love with this powder. So I tip it over, put it on the lid, put it on the lid like that, and then I stick my beauty blender in there, applying that underneath the eye to set the concealer. Every place that we set the concealer, that's where you want to put the powder. Then what I do, I get a powder brush. But this is the Sonia Krushek Tools number 19. And this is the powder brush. So what I do then, rather than put an immense amount of powder, I put a little bit of powder on the brush, tap it on my table so that the powder kind of sets in, and then I just tap around. Because we don't want to over powder our face, and that did not cover that big zit that I have. Oh my god. So you just want to go around. You pretty much want to pat so that you don't have too much of a cakey look. Notice I said too much. Our powder's on. Now I'm going to do a light contour. You don't have to do this. You can go straight to the bronzer. So that would be the next process. And I'm going in with Tarte's Clay Play palette. Absolutely love this palette. And I'm going in with this shade right here, which is Desert, for my contour. Tapping that. Oh my god, all I can see is this big zit. Oh my god. Contour the forehead. Under the jawbone. Jawline, tap. Okay, so the next thing is now we are going in with our bronzer. And the bronzer I'm using is the Park Avenue palette by Tarte. And I'm going in with Carrot, which is this shade right here. And then I'm getting a big fluffy brush like this. I don't know the name of this brush, getting very little. And then you just want to go on top of that contour. Forehead. Same places you contoured, only higher. Just want to blend that out a little. Oh, our blush. And I'm going in with this Real Techniques blush brush. And I love this brush. And the blush we're using is the Anastasia Quad. And going in with this shade right here, which is the lightest pink shade. And I am just pretty much just tapping my blush. So last but not least, I want to add a little more powder just to set everything and kind of lighten the look, because I went a little heavy on the contour. Yeah. So dusting off that brush. That is the process in which you would apply product before your makeup. I did include a little bit of the makeup process so that you can kind of see step by step how I do my makeup. And actually this process was recommended by a board certified dermatologist. So I didn't just pull this information out of a hat. I did get do my research, and I found this step-by-step process. It actually is the same step that I was taught a long time ago in makeup school, and I use it to this day. I'm going to do the rest of my face, and I will be right back. Okay, so that is it for today, and I hope that this was helpful. I did forget to mention the highlight. The highlight is the very last thing you do after your foundation's on, your contour, your powder, your concealer. Then you would use a highlight, and the highlight I use right now is the Too Faced Candlelight Glow, which I absolutely love. It's just like the best foundation, or the best highlight that I have found thus far. Yeah, I've been using it for a while now, and I just absolutely love it. So you would just put it on the above the cheekbone right here, not too high up, not too much on the cheek. The tip of the nose, the bridge of the nose, the cupid's bow, and the chin, if you like a highlight. You don't have to, you can skip that step. I love a highlight though. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions on the process in which you would apply your products before you apply your makeup, or the process in which you apply your makeup, if you want me to do a video on the specific products themselves, want me to do a video on the creams, the lotions, the oils, etc., then let me know, and I will do a video. I must remind you that I am not an esthetician. I am not licensed. I am a certified makeup artist, but I have researched these products, so that's why I am able to give you this information. So yeah, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.